This is new at 4 today. Chronic absenteeism in Oregon schools could be hurting test scores. A new study shows over a third of Oregon students are chronically absent, which means they're missing more than 3 weeks out of the school year. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for KT News at 4. I'm Deborah Knapp.
And I'm Ray Gasway. The study shows Oregon has the third highest rate of chronic absenteeism in the country. Researchers say it could be a reason Oregon students are testing below the national average. Let's get to Katu's Tanvi Verma joining us live at Benson High School in Northeast Portland. Tanvi, why was this study done?
So, the study was done by ECOnorthwest, and the president of the organization said that Oregon spends more money than the average state on education, yet our scores are tending to lag. So the point of this study was to show what's going wrong. The advocacy organization Stand for Children commissioned a study with ECOnorthwest in hopes of understanding why Oregon students are testing so poorly. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, last year only 31% of fourth graders were at or above proficient in mathematics. For eighth graders, that number was just 24%. The Stand for Children executive director believes absenteeism is part of why those scores are so low.
So in Oregon, our rate is third highest last reported at over a third of our students being chronically absent. That means they're missing 3 weeks or more of school each year. That 33% is nearly 175 students.
As for solutions, State Representative April Dobson says she's going to introduce a bill that would help identify chronically absent students sooner so that there can be intervention sooner as well.
That bill will improve reporting by districts and the Oregon Department of Education, so we know sooner how many kids are chronically absent, district by district, rather than waiting until the end of the year for that information when it is too late to intervene. It also puts us in line with national best practice to start counting absences after a student has been enrolled for 10 days, because currently we wait 75 days until we start collecting that information.
And coming up at 5 p.m., why the length of the school year could be contributing to test scores. Reporting live in Northeast Portland, Tanvi Verma, K2 News.
Tanvi, thank you. Tonight, a new study showing the length of Oregon's public school year could be hurting student test scores, showing Oregon's school year is about 15 days shorter than the national average.
Data also shows Oregon students consistently lag behind other students. K2's Tanvi Verma joins us live now from Benson High School tonight. And Tanvi, these test scores have been going down despite the legislature spending more money on education.
Exactly. So in 2019, the legislature appropriated $2 billion for K-12 education, and the president of ECOnorthwest says test scores actually started to decline even before the pandemic and while they were getting that funding. So the point of this study is to examine what went wrong. According to the executive director of ECOnorthwest, Oregon spends more money on education than the average state does, yet we don't have the test scores to show for it. Last year's National Assessment of Educational Progress data shows that only 27% of 4th and 8th graders were at or above proficient in reading. The executive director of Stand for Children, which commissioned the study, says more time in the classroom could help scores.
When you look at the averages, Oregon ranks on average 47th in terms of the amount of instructional time delivered to Oregon students, and that's approximately 15 days less than what the national average is. When you aggregate that over a student's K-12 experience, that means Oregon students are on average receiving 195 fewer school days than their peers nationally.
Thursday afternoon, we emailed a spokesperson for the Oregon Department of Education asking why Oregon's school year is shorter than other states. We haven't heard back yet.
It's no wonder that our outcomes lag other states and our families are losing confidence in the system.
That's Oregon Representative April Dobson. She explained part of the challenge.
Oregon doesn't even establish the required number of instructional hours in law. This is just an administrative rule. We cannot leave a child's education up to chance or zip code.
And K2's on your side. We're pressing lawmakers right now to see what they're going to do to address this problem. We'll let you know when we hear back. Reporting live in Northeast Portland, Tanvi Verma, K2 News.
Tanvi, thank you for that.